Molly, you in danger, girl.
Sister cousins, come here. Girl, what is happening with this entire Jay-Z case? So, I don't want to sound like I'm shaming a person, but this is tough because on one hand, believe all victims for sure, right? But on the other hand, now we're of the awareness that this person, one, we already knew she was young at the time that the offense occurred. Two, now we're learning that she is autistic, per her own words. And so is it possible that this circumstance may have happened to her, but maybe on a different night? Or maybe, okay, is it possible that it happened to her, I don't know, maybe by someone else? You know what I'm saying? Because now, on the other hand, we have everyone accounting for what took place that night. So we have an artist, I don't recall his name, but he's saying, she mentioned his name, saying that they had a little conversation. But then he's coming out and he's like, hey, I wasn't there. I was in the Midwest on tour. Then, she's saying that when she took her first statement, it was already kind of off, I will say. It was off to me. But again, I want to be supportive of any victims that have anything to say, but it still felt off, okay? And so I think the difference between this and what occurred last year, November, when Cassie dropped her lawsuit, it was so detailed from start to finish. There was no gray area. She added details that we didn't even need, like white nail polish or just small details that we wouldn't even think to add, but she's taking account for everything she recalls. And it was so, and it wasn't because she was just this perfect victim. We're talking about a child right now. Okay? So automatically, and not just any child, she's a young child. 13, that's young. So I want to believe what she's saying, but I'm not going to lie to you. This new statement that she's issued, like, oh, I made a mistake, but that doesn't mean it happened. And yes, you can have, when something traumatic happens, as a way to protect yourself, sometimes I hear in your subconscious, like a survival way to protect yourself. Sometimes you omit certain details. So that it could be possible that she may not recall every single detail that happened almost 30 years ago, if we're being serious. But then, and just because they were at these particular after parties that's documented, doesn't mean it's not an after party. But she didn't detail like, hey, because if a driver takes both Jay-Z and Diddy to this said location in Manhattan traffic during event hours, it's not going to take 5 minutes. Okay, so he has to get the talent to the location, then he has to come back, fight his way back through traffic wherever that is, pick her up. So she's sitting there. There's nothing that said I waited for hours. I waited for about 2 hours before he came back. It was like, oh, okay, he dropped him out, like he went around the corner and then came and got her and then took her down the street. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I just don't know. And I don't go up for no celebrity, especially not the men, okay? The industry, the entertainment industry is the wild, wild west, okay? So I'm not even gonna pretend like I am just team this and team that just because I'm a fan. Absolutely not. My fandom doesn't include this type of BS, okay? I ain't never really fooled with you know who, but I always say, if this is true, it is disgusting. But on the same token, if we find out that this particular event did not occur, it literally torpedoes everything that everyone else has experienced. You understand? Like, that is serious. That is not something to play about. So I want to be supportive. I don't know, but it's like a loose thread, and now it's just slowly being pulled, and the woven dress is slowly being pulled, and now the whole entire outfit is just falling apart. And that's what seems to be occurring, and I just hate that. I hate that for, any victim, because now it signals, okay, now they're definitely not going to believe me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hoping anything is true, but if a person comes out and they have the courage to step forward and stand alone, because it is a very lonely experience, that's something that happened to you, and then you have to carry that weight for almost 30 years, and then allegedly now we're under the belief that you had to carry that weight for 30 plus years, and now that you finally found the courage, and now it's just being torn apart. Or imagine someone else's experience where they're actually having, if this isn't true, someone who has experienced this can't even speak up, because look at what's happening over here. And a lot of people don't speak up. But everything in this story, from the father not recalling the situation, and it's possible, Sorry, y'all. Something happened to my phone. Come here. So, basically, from the father not remembering or recalling the night in question, then we have the friend who is now gone to glory, then the artist who you said was there, and you had this conversation with them, but they're like, girl, I was on tour. It's just so many things that is helping this picture fall apart. And I just don't know what this is like. I just empathize with anybody that's really going through, being harmed by people in power. And that doesn't necessarily mean monetarily. That could mean just someone who has more of an authoritative presence than you. So that could be your boss. That could be a family member. That could be, you know, anybody. My heart feels for you. And then on the flip side, you know, I hope that the truth comes out. That's it. That's it. That's all I got. Because I mean, I just hope for the truth to come out. And that's all I can do. Because this is a mess. This is a mess. It's becoming a mess. You know. All right, girl. Let me know what you think. But, all right. See you later.